Chapter title 1154, labeled I Can't Die. So here we see a baby Loki trying to commit suicide. And from what we can tell, it's because he had this hole in his heart that he could not fill. Down below in the other panels, we see a huge mountain. The top of the mountain was cut off. And we have dialogue. What's up with this island? Where do we go inland? We see baby Loki on the floor crying. Ha! There you go. Look, it's a giant kid. So this must be Elbaf. So we have Newgate, Loki, Shiki. This one looks positively demonic. It seems too big even for a giant. Is he crying? Then we have enter the man who we all came to read about, Xebec. All right, Brat, you're going to say yes twice because that's the answer I want to hear from these two questions. This man, whom Harold met at the Reverie 8 years earlier, killed a Navy head Quirtle's admiral and fled. Now the government has placed a heavy bounty on his head. Question 1. Is this Elbaf, land of the giants? Question 2. Is Harold here? Xebec, future captain of the Rocks Pirates, father of Blackbeard. So let's just start with this intro. Number 1, this is not a normal sized mountain. This is a mountain in Elbaf. And we know everything in Elbaf is extremely large. So whatever this feat is, you might think mountain level, it's mountain level plus. Because we're dealing with huge scale items, right? And we don't know who cut the mountain. It could have been Newgate. It could have been Shiki. Now we're gonna give the credit to Rocks because that's who this chapter is clearly about. Right? I'm not gonna play games with you guys. I'm not gonna guess. I'm not gonna speculate. I'm telling you, Xebec did this feat. So when it's animated, this goes right into Rocks' scaling. If anything, they're probably gonna show Rocks doing it, but I just wanted to make that clear that this goes right into his scaling. So let's take a look at this man, Xebec. 2 fingers up, looks like he's doing laws. Opi no mi fruit. I know that was a big thing. I don't know why people thought that. I thought that was ridiculous when I first seen it. But what is Oda trying to convey to us here? I think he's trying to tell us that Rocks has immense aura, and I don't mean like intimidation, but just aura in the sense where he is a calculated, ruthless type of character. And then we have his facial expression on the left-hand side, too. One side looks extremely merciless, and the other side just looks chaotic. It's like you put Heath Ledger Joker and Jacqueline Phoenix Joker in the same body, and this is kind of what you get. This would be the Jacqueline Phoenix side. This would be the Heath Ledger side. Bam. You got Xebec. Come on. Let's go to the next chapter. Chapter title 1155. A baby Loki says, yeah, this is Elbaf, but my dad ain't here, motherfucker. He's on an expedition. Are you puny humans? I've never seen your kind before. You really do scurry around. Aw, you're adorable. I'm assuming Rock said this. What did you say? Dad, are you Harold's kid? Rocks asks, we can presume. Even on the expedition, you can still get in touch with them. What's your name? Loki. Okay, Loki. You're gonna do as I say. He's already taking control. Giant kid, bossing him around. Go back home right now and get someone to contact your old man. Here's the message you're gonna tell him to pass on. Loki is gravely wounded. Return to Elbaf at once. Huh? Since when do I have to listen to what you humans have to say? Loki's giving clearly a little fit right now. Plus, it's not like Dad will come back home just because I got hurt. Stop ordering me around, you little weakling. Rocks' sword attacks were famous for blasting everything in sight. Like a gigantic hammer or a cannonball. We can see Rocks charging up his swing. I'm mad they made him use both hands. I would have preferred just a one-handedness just to continue with the ore farming, but okay, he used 2 hands, cool. And he clearly does a hockey attack. He hits Loki. Loki screams in pain. Ah! Ah! Ha ha ha! There! What'd I just say? Loki's going and got wounded. This madman had crossed Harold's path at the Reverie 1 year. 5 kings have been attacked and captured. It's an abduction. They were taken by a large man dressed in black. The lives of kings are no threat to Mu. I suppose not, but your Holy Land is in a panic. And a historical anomaly, never repeated before or since. Someone infiltrated the Chamber of Flowers at the very core of the Holy Land. Ooh. We have Gonko over here. We're getting a little bit more about her backstory as we speak. The man described himself as a worshipper of Davy Jones. He did not do anything more than this, as he knew he could not. But before he had departed, he left with a warning. I will be back. Right here. And we kind of get this stare down. Alright, before we get too far, let's talk about it though. So clearly, he was asking about Harold, information on him. Loki's being very difficult, not trying to help him find out where Harold is. What does Rox do? He takes it upon himself to actually make Loki get hurt. Now he has a reason to call his father. Laughs about it. Boom, we get into the flashback. They just said the man abducted 5 kings at a reverie, which shouldn't even be possible. He's in the Holy Land. How do you even get in there? That's number 1. Number 2, how do you know about the flower room? We never got into that, Oda. You gonna tell us about that? He just walks up on Mu with a pistol. Walked up on me with the blicky. About to shoot Emu. What are we doing? Naturally, word of this incident never saw the light of day. Whatever bounty you have rocks out, triple it. But as it happened, one other man infiltrated the Holy Land at the same time. Look at him. He's far bigger than a giant. I desire him for a slave. No. He should be killed and stuffed for display. Guards, protect your lieges. Hot. Fine. The talks are off. I apologize for trespassing, but is this really necessary? This is King Harold's goofy ass. Oh my god, I hate this man. This is the worst display of a giant I've had the displeasure of reading about. This motherfucker. We gonna get all about King Harold. Don't let the king abductor get away. They think this is this nigga, the king abductor. Now that wasn't me. No, that wasn't me. The admiral's been defeated. His attacker went to the place. Be wary. What is all this hubbub about? Bring me the big one. He must be the one who kidnapped the kings. I'm not going to be the fall guy. I'll seize him. And a giant in the Holy Land? Is this guy lost or something? So we got Rox and Harold acknowledging each other. Harold's already thinking this is the kidnapper. I don't know how he would deduce that. Maybe just because he's running, but that's kind of interesting. We can assume Rox reacted to this because I don't think Rox had any malintent. And he's able to clash with Harold. So, and this is what I'm saying. Like, when we see things like this, Harold is an ancient giant. Far bigger than like y'all know how big Dorian Broggie are compared to like Usopp, Luffy. Y'all know how big Harold's like twice their size. Ancient giant. You got little ass Rox here clashing with an ancient giant. Don't talk to me about a goddamn Susanoo. Don't speak to me about no damn perfect majestic. I don't want to hear it ever again. I don't want to see it. Stop, please. Name yourself. I'm Harold. He says. I'm Rox. He says, aim at the town with the next blow. If they capture us, they'll turn you into a slave. What? Why? He looks at him angrily. They begin to look at each other just upsetly. Don't think, just do it. The clash between strangers eradicated any sign of others for 5 kilometers around. Intense. I really wish this was done better. It's really hard to tell what's happening outside of a clash, but anyway. 5 kilometers around. So we've never seen any clash in One Piece quite scale to that level to where no one could come within 5 kilometers around. I think that's an insane feat. We often talk about the Roger and Garp, or not Roger and Garp, the Roger and Whitebeard clash on the island with Odin, Rayleigh, and Gaban. But personally, I still would rank this above their class just based off of the visual effects that I'm pretty sure we're going to get. And the statement right here by the narrator. Alright. Harold asks, which way is Elbaf? The New World's that way, Rock says. Vahaha! If you survive, let's meet again, Harold. Never. I don't consort with villains. What? You jumped off? The Navy Admiral that Rox had just struck down perished of his wounds despite emergency measures. After his many crimes of the day, Rox's name was launched into infamy, and his deeds stunned the rest of the world. Whatever you have Rox's bounty at, double it again. And then double it again. And then double it one more time because he actually killed an admiral. He's not even a pirate. He is now, but he wasn't prior. Talk to me. Sometime later, he attacked a ship laden with heavenly tributes en route to sacred Marijua. Not only that, he destroyed the gate of justice and fled once again. With this ship and money as an initial base to work from, Rox dove into the pirating business. His activities were always hostile toward the government, but his first target was actually another pirate ship. So we see Rox here having wanted posters, bounties in his hands. Clearly he's scheming to put together a crew, hence him attacking pirate ships, right? We know this. But other than that, he was very against the government, and they were the only ones to get his wrath. In the pirating world, there had long existed a famous and merciless game played between crews. The Davy Backfight consisted of various competitions in which pirates gambled the fate of crewmates and flags. So let's just see if we can see a little of what he had to do. So he's over here. He shot a man, and it looks like the whole ship caught fire from one pistol. It looks like he took off another man's head, if I'm not mistaken. So he's proficient in firearms. He's proficient in axes, and he's proficient in hands. Hello. He's proficient in hands. Talk to me. Rox made good use of this game to assemble a very solid lineup for himself. At this point, this multi-crew of miscreants flew no flag. They've got some amazing guys. Oh, my bad. They've got some amazing, you guys. You guys are going to be shocked. And that was when, that's it. They arrived at Elbaf. All right, so we clearly see he's gotten Edward Newgate. It's so crazy because it's like, all right, if he was able to get Whitebeard or Newgate, right, as a crewmate, who was the captain? Who was the captain? Who was the captain of Edward Newgate before Rox? It's just hard to picture someone other than Rox being Whitebeard's captain. Unless we can assume Whitebeard was the captain, and then that would confirm Rox over Whitebeard because whatever game they played, Rox won it. I guess that wouldn't confirm a death fight, but at the very least, you know. But then he got Shiki, Golden Lion Shiki, and the same question would follow, well, who was Shiki's captain? Was Shiki the captain? Stussy, you know, we could assume she was just like a regular crewmate. Rox saw value in her and wanted her. So he has 3 companions now, and we're present day in Elbaf in this flashback. Arost Castle, Elbaf. I hurried back as soon as I could, but you're already nearly healed up. What a relief. So Loki has clearly fast healing abilities. Not only did he jump from the underworld to Midgard, not only did he jump from Midgard to the underworld, but he also took an attack. He also took an attack from Rox. And he healed up quickly, according to Harold. But we don't know how long it took Harold to get back. So, but then again, no, we can assume it wasn't that long because how long were these miscreants in Elbaf before Harold got back? Like I would estimate not more than a day. That's what I would say. All right, continue. I know you're a very strong boy. Loki. But you should stay away from the underworld. You're lucky you only fell from a cliff this time. There are plenty of other dangers. See, he thinks he only fell from a cliff. No, he jumped from Midgard to the underworld. That's not a cliff. That's very different, Harold. You'd know that if you was around, you motherfucker. There are plenty of other dangers that could befall you here. I can't believe Dad actually came back. That was just a coincidence, right? He wouldn't come back to see me. See, Loki is so lacking of love. He doesn't even believe his own father would come home to get him. You dirty bastard, Harold. I hate you. Rox, I've heard all about your exports. What are you doing here? I've been dying to see you, pal. And see, this is Harold's nature. He's not grateful. He's fucking tunnel vision, one-sided. We'll get into it. You should join me, Harold. The world government's not going to hear you out anyway. Didn't you learn that lesson last time? Nonsense. The day I team up with a band of infamous rogues like you is the day our allies lose all faith in us. What? So you'd rather be ground beneath the world government's heel? I'm looking for a way to avoid that. We ought to be equals, every one of us. Now you're talking nonsense, Harold. Elbaf is a nation of mighty warriors. Anything you don't like, you can just smash to bits. Someone says, I think that's Gabon. Appreciate the feast. He's huge, Stetsy says. So that's the king of Elbaf. I think that's, I forget these niggas' name. I forget. That's ancient history. Elbaf is changing. People's nature doesn't change, doesn't ever change. I know that fighting blood in your veins is bubbling over. Can't we at least eat in peace, says Whitebeard. If you people follow this man, only disaster awaits you. Look at him. Look at him. This is some weird behavior. You're talking to rocks. Why are you engaging his crew? What do they have to do with this conversation? You're speaking to me. Look at she can just go laugh in that nigga's face. Follow this fool? Don't make me laugh. We're all individuals. If Rocks dies, it won't affect the rest of us in the least. Look at you, being a gossip girl over here, Harold. Like, they don't care. Like, let them be them. That's true, but his plan is very appealing. To me, we're set to make a killing. You know about You know about Fuloled? That island of the exiles. They call it Pirate Island. They ship out all the hardened criminals there. That countries can't handle in their own prisons. Okay, they ship out all the hardened criminals to the Pirate Island that the countries can't handle in their own prisons. Got it. We got Shiki, Miss Stussy Buckingham, and Don Marlon. We can assume that's Al Capone's son or grandson at the very least. It was supposed to be a deserted island without food, where the damned simply want to die. But in recent years, they've survived and built up a settlement there. How do you think that happened? It turns out there's a gold lode under that island. When the criminal underworld found out, they rushed to help mine it, and the prisoners made themselves a fortune. The government's seeing red. So they put these men on the island, trying to maroon them, left for death, not knowing there was gold underneath the land. And I'm assuming when people came or other ships ported the island, the pirate criminals traded the gold and started getting rich. And then they actually turned Pirate Island into, I won't say what we know it as today, but they turned it into a habitable space to live in. Now the government lost control. All right, that island's crawling with vicious brigands. Get anywhere near it and they'll rob you blind. Who said that? Okay, Rock said that. So we made a deal with the government. I says to them, if we get that island back, how much will you give us? Ain't that some nigga shit? So I says to them, that's some nigga shit. Come on, Rocks. We know Rocks is black, but come on. I love it. I'm not even mad at it. So I says to them, if we get that island back, how much will you give us? If they're willing to pay us, sure, we'll go raid Pirate Island and split the treasure between us. But we ain't giving the government the island or the prisoners. I'm going to rule over Fool Ahead. We're just going to call that Fool Lead. I'm going to rule over Pirate Island, and I'll get the idiots who live there to help me build a pirate paradise. Can't you just see the dumbfounded looks on the government and the Navy's faces? This is just the prologue to my life. With that island as my base, I'll wipe out the Navy and bring the Holy Land to its knees. And in the end, I'll be king of the world. You're making an enemy out of the entire world? It's too much to handle. Go ahead and doubt me. Sooner or later, someone's going to do it. And this is the type of friend you don't want around. He hasn't said not one positive thing. He hasn't said not one good thing about what Rox is trying to do. And I'll say why, and I'll tell you why I'm framing it like that is because he gets screwed in the end. Harold gets screwed. And then did he just marginalize the government? Did he just try and say the government equals the world? So by taking on the government, you're taking on the world. The irony is it's called world government, but the government doesn't encapsulate the world. Interesting. That just shows you Harold's behavior in his mind and his thinking. Very trash. There's no authority in the world that lasts forever. Let's go, Harold. If we team up, we're unstoppable. There goes that crazy look in his eye. That Jacqueline Phoenix Heath Ledger Joker. Save your breath. I'm a king. You think I care? Let's go and take over the world. Loki looked with an expression. The world? And the next thing Loki knew, his outlook on life had been saved. 4 years later, after Harold ignored repeated invitations, Rox finally carried out his plan. The formidable lineup that joined him caused the world to quake with terror. Let's get going, boys! And he finally raises the flag, Rox Pirates. So it took 4 years for the plan to strike a deal with the government, get on Pirate Island, I guess get the prisoners in line, and establish himself as top dog. So it took 4 years to do that, and we can assume, Rox is probably doing other things in between that time, which is why it took so long. But this is already One Piece chapter 1156. But this is clearly a man who follows his word. Yeah. Back in this time, a group of idols roamed the seas. We're under attack by pirates. Why aren't you men fighting back? You're useless. They stole everything we have. Hard eyes. And the menfolk were no help at all. They're too tough. You didn't even try to fight. How are we going to make a living now? Even the Navy had trouble dealing with them. Googly googly. They were known as the Kuta Pirates, a band of warriors from the exotic country of women. These pirates were strong and beautiful and shunned the presence of men. Sound like some feminists to me! I'm so sick and tired of looking like this all the time. If only I could strip away this beauty of mine. Lady Gloriosa, you're a goddess, oh! Empress of the Amazon Lily, captain of the Kuta Pirates, Gloriosa, future Grand Manion. She got some curves too. Like, look at her. She a baddie for real. She's so adorable, devious. I love her. I feel my brain being bathed in light. Oh, asking for permission to have a heart attack. She's asking for permission to have a heart attack. Lady Gloriosa, look at all your fan letters. Tritoma. What is that enormous pile back there? Those are all for Lady Shaki. There's 100 times more over there. Tritoma. Empress 2 generations later. So she becomes the Empress 2 generations later. It's preposterous. I'm the captain of this crew. Yes, the true star of the times who outshined even Gloriosa's beauty was her first mate, Shaku Yaku. Enemy ship approaching, Captain. Is this thing on? Roger speaking. This is Roger. It's the Roger Pirates. Don't bother resisting, Kuja Pirates. Today, once and for all, you're going to hand over your first mate, Shaku Yaku. Why haven't you learned your lesson already, Roger? You already have my affections to return. So clearly, Gloriosa likes Roger. Roger likes Shaku. It's a love triangle. Seize her, yeah. Who are you expecting to seize? Someone once said that her every move and gesture embodied pure seduction. We got the fanboys over here. Please take my flowers. No! In her presence, flowers whittled and crumbled. Birds forgot how to sing, and people erupted into fighting. Don't touch Shaki! Oh, Gaban. So she's already shown interest in Gaban. Damn it! I love you, Shaku Yaku. She beats the shit out of Roger. Got Gaban with a clean kick. When she calls my name, I lose all strength. It's been a while, Roger. What do you want to do, Gaban? Oh, what did you do to Gaban? Caught that nigga slipping. Said Gaban. Now, what I don't like about this is Oda made Shaki a smoker, and that's just unattractive by nature. When was the last time you dated a smoker? You nasty niggas. I know y'all dating them, but me, we don't do that over here. We fuck with the ism. Haha, I love you too, Roger. She's clearly joking. In the face of such beauty, the mighty made fools of themselves. But I will belong to no one. Look at that cigarette in her mouth. Nasty. Pull all the treasure out of your hold. My soul is being taken to heaven. Don't you understand the honor of being loved by me, Roger? Gloriosa. Move it, Gloriosa. I can't see Shaggy. Grr. I feel for you, Ray. Yeah, there's a bunch of idiots over here. She gives him a nice little wink. Even this man's not... even Rayleigh's not immune to her charm, apparently. Lady Gloriosa, it's the Navy. It's Roger and the Kuja. Make sure to snap some pics. We can sell those. Knock it off. Hurry, pack up the goods. Don't leave a single crumb of bread. Yes, ma'am. Looks like the Kuja pirates are about to dip. Hey, at least leave us some food. We got to get moving to prepare to... Take a look, Roger. That's Garp ship. It's what? Disregard that order. Listen up, boys. Flatten them all. So I do like how he's with the smoke. Despite his poor performance against Shaku Yaku. He's with the smoke. We got Goldie Roger, future pirate king and father of Ace. Monkey D. Garp, future Navy hero and grandfather of Luffy. I'm wondering why I didn't say father of Dragon. Here comes Rampaging Spirit. It just had to be Garp ship. Garp Roger! And clearly they attack each other. Oh, what does that say? Roger, Garp, and Rocks. Men whose tales were spread as legends in the great age of pirates. First clashed here in their hot-blooded youth. So we can assume that doesn't mean here in this instance. They're meaning here within this span of time, this generation, because it says Roger, Garp, and Rocks. And Rocks isn't here. Interestingly enough, though, neither of them seem to be touching. So Conqueror's Haki confirmed. I wonder who did more damage, though, like the sword or the fist. Kind of hard to tell. Get a grip, sister. These untouchable idols were the desire of all the salty dogs of the sea, and their bounty posters were traded for considerable sums. Hidden cameras and pursuers were an everyday problem for them. Later, when Shakuyaku took the mantle of Empress, her popularity reached heights never before seen. Later. Ida's Bar, Elbaf. So we're skipping to Elbaf, Ida's Bar. If you guys don't know, Ida is Harold's second wife. Harold's second wife, Ida. His first wife died, which is Loki's mom. His second wife, Ida, is mother of... what's the bull's name? I forget, but we'll see him soon. The boat capsized and Loki was drowning. To be honest, we weren't even sure if we should save him or not. That's how bad his behavior has been while you were gone. I appreciate that. Thank you for saving him. Hang in there, Loki. What do you mean you weren't sure? Save the boy. This is Ida getting in his ass for even saying something like that. Something Harold should have did. Harold, you should have smacked the piss out of this man. What you mean you weren't sure of saving the prince? You weren't sure. You better think again. Listen, Ida, it was Loki's decision to go out to sea. So what, exactly? If you abandon Loki, I'll drown you 100 times. I didn't ask for help. There, you see that? That's the attitude he takes. Oh, he makes me so furious. I think Loki could actually kill him, too. If Loki really wanted to at this age, he could probably kill him. He's lost his mom, and his dad is too busy to stay home. Loki's just lonely, that's all. Shut up, you hag. Want to live with us? No way. Hadruden, that's the little shit's name. Hadruden and Loki. You just want to pretend to be my mom and live in the castle, Ida. You just want all the money. Shut up, Loki. Apologize to her, Loki. You've crossed the line. You have no idea what Ida's been through. It's interesting that he said Ida and not mom, even though that's his biological mother. That's interesting. Would you ever call your mom by her first name at that age? I don't think so. You kids are too sweet. You're being too soft on them, Ida. I hate the way Loki talks to you, Ida. It's not fair. Aw, are you crying for me, Mato? This world's too good for me. I'm sick of this country already, Loki says. Everyone's so weak and wimpy and trashy. I want to be free like Rocks. So clearly he sees Rocks as an idol, someone to emulate. From that point on, every time Rox came to invite Harold to join him, Loki begged and pleaded to join his private ship, but never got his way. I'm finally leaving. Aren't you relieved? To tell the truth, I hate all of you too. So Loki's finna go somewhere. Several months after the takeover of Pirate Island by the Rox Pirates, hey, who are you? I want to join the Rox Pirates. Yeah, sure. Everybody wants to do that, but you'll never even meet them. The Rox Pirates are the all-stars of the evil on the sea. See that fish-shaped rock up there? Apparently that's where they hang out. You want to meet them? Go on. But the further inland you go, the crazier folks get. Good luck trying to get through there. Yeah. So they're laughing, and Silver Axe, he looks very like scrawny, not scrawny, but he's definitely compressed, condensed. I'll give you a little push, and he kicks him. Haha, go easy on him. Huh? Bam. It's him. Kaido the hitman. Mobster. Kaido. Future Silver Axe. And if you guys don't know, Silver Axe is Shiki's rival. So you have Shiki the Golden Lion and Kaido Silver Axe. And now he's big. He was like a little guy before, like the size of a normal man. He takes a kick and then he gets bigger. So if you guys don't know, it's speculated that he has Uruge's Devil Fruit, the one that kind of converts pain into strength. And I guess that amount of pain made him grow that size, which is kind of alarming because that kick probably couldn't have hurt him that much. But since he grew that much from it, it's like, well, damn. I guess it scales exponentially, which makes sense because Uruge was able to beat one of the Sweet Commanders, something that would definitely be hard to do. But so he most likely had Uruge's Devil Fruit. What's Shiki's rival doing here? The powerful figures drawn to Rox brought in other mighty types in their wake. Stay back, or I'll kill you. Boom. Huh? So we see, obviously, that rock's been blown into two with two holes. There, how about that view? Take in the sights, Rox says. I think opening these holes was the right idea. Don't you agree? Don't these niggas look like the Akatsuki on some sealing the Bijou type shit, low-key? And how did he, look how big the hole, oh my gosh, bro. To sum it up, there's two Devil Fruits out there that I want. One of them is most likely found on Elbeth, and its power will only be truly unlocked if Harold eats it. After that, you want to find Galileo, right? I only know of them as a legend. Pirate Captain John. I've got my information network on the hunt, but there's no hint of a band of frozen giants anywhere. Pirate Charlotte Linlin. If they exist, they're corpses, says Whitebeard. Strusen, good point. They ain't coming back to life. Shut up. We're talking about dreams here. Plus, even if they were to somehow be brought back, they have no reason to listen to you. And that's why I need the power of the Herald, the King of Elbeth. We got Kaido. Can't you just suppress them with your sheer strength? Same thing for Harold. Just crush him and make him obey you. What? Don't ever say that to me again. And he kicks the shit out of Kaido. Now it's speculated that this is a conqueror's kick. Could be. It did make Kaido bleed, but Rox is just that strong, so it's possible that it's not hockey. It's possible that it is hockey. I don't know. Bastard. You two. Hey, knock it off, Rox. Bastard. You too, Kaido. Calm down. Look, he was about to get boy. Kaido, you would have lost your life. And then maybe Odin could have lived longer. You motherfucker. We just got this island. You want to smash it to pieces? This crew is bound to fall apart sooner or later. I think Shiki said that? Yeah, I think Shiki said that. Yeah, so why don't we earn a little more before it happens? Take it easy, new kid. Harold's my pal. Look how great Rox speaks of Harold. Do you ever think it's reciprocated? No. You say that nonsense again, and I'll get rid of you first, Kaido. Look at Kaido sweating bullets. Listen up, folks. Elbaf is the key to taking down the Holy Land. If you don't trust me on that, get lost. It's up to you whether or not you want to follow me on the faithful day of our mission. But if you got the stones for it, then stick around with me for a bit. I'll show you the peak of the world. And there goes that crazy expression again. So, from what we can take from this chapter, we're not really concerned about the creature pirates and all them, because this is about rocks. We're here following his story. So he blows 2 holes in this mountain. The question was, like, how did he do that? Unless there's a passageway in the mountain. Like, did he do it from outside the mountain or in the mountain? That's questionable. Not sure how he did that. All we know is that when he did it, he's seeing the view as if there was a hidden way in the mountain. So it's very interesting. Even though the crew doesn't necessarily seem like they work together and get along well, you can really tell the dynamic that they have, which is not camaraderie like the Straw Hats. It's more hierarchical, if anything. But Rox is just so damn charismatic and powerful, clearly, that he's able to keep everyone in line, everyone on code, everyone in check. And it's only possible because he is who he is, right? I mean, you don't get a lineup like this unless you're that guy. All right, next chapter. One Piece, chapter 1157, Legendary Ba. In Bell's Internal Charity Sanctuary. Hi-ho! There, that's everything from the vault. They had a fortune in there. Good job. We've got the goods. Look at him. He has a snail transponder in his hand. Who's he talking to? Time to pull out, folks. No, wait. That money was all donated for the sake of hunger. No, wait. That money was all donated for the sake of hungry children. Liar. Why is it collecting dust in your vault then? Hey, Wang Zi. Hey. What did Wang Zi do? I don't know. I have no clue. Lower the lift one more time. We're still down in the... so much whining. Hey, Shiki. Oh, right. I forgot about them. I think Shiki was supposed to, like, drop a lift or something. So long, losers. So Shiki threw this bomb, and it looks like one of those cartoon bombs. Very difficult to get scaling from it, because I don't know. But here's the thing, right? If we're dealing with One Piece where humans aren't necessarily normal, so we can assume this bomb is extraordinarily more powerful than I would say the type of bomb you're thinking about. I would upscale it just because he thought it might hurt Kaido and Whitebeard. So that has to mean something. All right, let's keep going. Gee ha ha ha. More for the rest of us. So we see he did try and eliminate them, right? He thought this would kill them. He says, "You fools. Curses. They knew about the grift we're running. Where are the soldiers? They're almost here. Make sure they don't escape." Yes, Your Holiness. So they were stealing. They thought they told Linden the money was for kids, and he just confirmed that they were running a scam. Close the temple gates. Iron bars. Are they trying to lock us in here out of the way? Bucking, I'll smash them open. I'm not sure who said that. It's interesting that she reacts like this. Iron bars. Like as if she'd have a problem getting through them, but whoever said out of the way, Linden, I'll smash them open, clearly didn't have a problem. Boom, 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 boom. What, is the ground shaking? No, it's an earthquake. He's doing this. And we can see Whitebeard tilting the ground. Makes Linden fall. New gate. Our temple. And from that bomb, look. I'm jealous. Wish I had one of those. What? A fruit power? Take your time and choose wisely. It'll be with you for life. That's a good point. Hey, who tried to bury me alive down there? So the bomb that he threw clearly did no damage to Newgate. Clearly did no damage to Kaido. The only one who looks like they might have been affected was Silver Axe. And I guess that could suggest Kaido scaling above Silver Axe. It could suggest it. But I'm not completely sold. But if you want to take that into consideration, I'm not mad at it either. Oh yeah, he's bleeding. It was you, Shiki. Oh why? If it isn't my good friend Kyo. Thank goodness you're alive. I was so worried. Yeah, Shiki's expression. What kind of stupid games are you playing over there? Get the lead out, people. That treasure better be safe. Of course, of course. Hey, Rox, look at the sea around us. It's the Navy. We're surrounded. Looks like we got trouble. Hey, no time for fighting amongst yourselves back there. We gotta hit the waves. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ships in front, and then if he said we're surrounded, we can assume it's 6 ships in back, maybe 12 ships total. It's the Navy. It's too soon. Were they tipped off? Belay that. Don't hit the waves. Hit the enemy. Sink them all and take the loot. Within just 2 years of their founding, the Rocks Pirates were responsible for 16 record raids, 76 sunken ships, 14 ports buried to the ground, 5 towns leveled, 1 kingdom brought to ruin, 3 special violations of the Article of 18 of the World Law, and 25 crimes that were completely covered up. Yeah, whatever you had Rox's bounty at, maybe timed it by like 100 or 120 at least. Like, the man's doing crimes that had to be covered up. No, 25 of the crimes were covered up. Violation of Article 18 of world law. He didn't just offend a country, a nation. He offended the world. You understand that, right? Stop playing with me. Here he's doing a Conqueror's Hockey attack to something, to somebody. I don't know. What are we looking at here? What is that? Oh, I think they're reacting to Rox's power. But yeah, he's destroying ships, sinking things, going on raids for 2 years. This guy's a menace. Though the future king of the pirates, Gold D. Roger, also sailed the seas at this time, these few years of frantic activity might as well be known as the era of rocks. In other words, dummies, just because Roger was on the sea at the same time, it wouldn't be no far-fetched to say that this was Rox's era. Rox was running things at this time. Even with Roger on the sea, Rox was top dog. That's basically what the narrator just said. New World, Inisha. What do you want, Harold? Get lost. Unaffiliated countries are a lawless land in our eyes. The people who live in them have no rights. But it's not proper. The world government doesn't make all the rules of the world. Oh! Earlier you said he's trying to pick a fight with the world. Stop switching your story, motherfucker. Let those people go. When Elbaf was suffering from famine, they brought us food and asked for nothing in return. They are our friends and saviors. Help us, King Harold. Now is the time to repay the debt we owe them. I will not break down from this. I will not back down from this. Listen, Harold, if you want to bring that up, Elbaf is still only hopeful future member of the government. If you aid us, it might benefit you. But if you protect your unaffiliated nation, it will only decrease your chances of joining. See, this is the problem with narrow-minded Harold. He was already making connections with people who weren't even affiliated with the world government. So his statement earlier about the world government being the world, oh, you want to take on the world? You're wrong right there. So we already know he can make connections with people who aren't affiliated with the world, and his goal was to get Giant Khan recognized as not being so vicious and destructive. And he was already doing that without the world government. Now he's faced with a challenge where he has to either pick to stand up for the people who fed him, saved him from famine, they literally saved his people's lives, or he has to choose to work with the world government who hasn't delivered anything yet. He hasn't delivered anything yet. And what does Harold do? Now clear the way, Harold. And he shoots one of the islanders, the prisoners. He shoots him right in front of Harold. None of these prisoners are people to us. King Harold of Elbaf shows his true stripes after feigning after feigning alliance to the government. He sinks an innocent warship. World Economic Journal. So he actually attacks them. Voha, I told you that's what the government does. At his bar, Elbaf. So he provokes Harold. He shoots the girl. Harold attacks them. Then they go and write a report saying King Harold was feigning allegiance to the government. So now, if I'm Harold, I'm like, okay, you know what, Rocks? You might be onto something. Because I tried it their way. I tried to play nice, and look what they did. They made me out to be a villain for protecting people that saved my people from famine. Maybe it might be in my best interest to team up with you. I told you that's what the government was going to do. Come on, Harold. Let's share drinks at the castle. Nonsense. I'm not allowing a man of such infamy into my country. Join me, Harold. You and your whole country. Stop being so stubborn and just give up. I can't stand to see you bowing and scraping to the government anymore. It's pathetic. Mark my words. Elbaf will be part of the world government one day. And you think shaving your head will make them see your contration? What kind of culture did you get that from? Yes, Garp laughed at me too. Garp, you know how much he hates the brass he works for. He should just be a pirate already. Yeah. It's an organization. Some are miscreants, but as a whole, the Navy works hard to save lives on a daily basis. They've even begun to accept a number of recruits from Elbaf, starting with John Giant. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same Giant that gets packed up by Whitebeard. If I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but I think this is the same Giant that Whitebeard packs up in Marineford War. So go figure. If only I could send more of our overly powerful warriors. I know their strength would go a long way toward helping the downtrodden. Sounds like the last thing I want to face out there. Come on, Ida. Talk him out of this. Well, if Harold were my son, I think I'd say choose better friends. Hey, that's not funny. Navy HQ. All a giant has to do is roll over in his sleep, and he'll crush the humans sleeping next to him. If they get angry and lose control, it could be life-threatening. How are we supposed to coexist with something like that? That's what the higher-ups said. So speak for yourself. Isn't that a good thing for the Navy to have, though? Harold, Garp says. Sengoku says, Harold's an honest, well-meaning man. He wants to change Elbaf's history. Rumor says that Rox has been trying to win him over. If he joins their crew, even the Navy might not be able to stop them. I know, but still. Sheesh. I'm trapped between a rock and a hard place. Pun intended. The problem is, historically speaking, they've been a vicious people. Yeah, and I want them on our side, Kong. Kong, the current Navy fleet admiral. Just bring Elbaf into the world government. You think that's up to me? I wish. Fool, Pirate Island 42 years ago. Hey, did you see this? It's a scandal. The papers are saying that Shakuyaku is not the captain of the Kuta Pirates anymore. What? Does that mean our chances of running across her at sea are basically zero now? This is devastating. I only went out to sea to be a pirate because I dreamed of being boarded by Shakuyaku one day. We've been wasting the best years of our lives. Come back to us, Shaki. What does Shaki think she's doing? Didn't she quit because she wanted to chase after man, just like you did, Gloriosa? Even the island of women can't defeat love, it seems. I didn't expect you to understand the agony of true love with the way you crank out babies like popcorn. Throwing shade. We got little Katakuri in the background. Guessing that's little baby Oven. I find it hard to believe that she's got love sickness, though. If it's with Roger, I'll never forgive her. Everyone always talks about Shaki, this Shaki, that. But you've never had eyes for anyone but me, right, Newgate? What? But it's me, Miss Buckingham. No, my bad. Whitebeard says, I've never had eyes for you at all. What? But it's me, Miss Bucking. I could have any man in the world. So what's your problem? My problem is I want you. That's so funny. Look out, people. We got big news. What's up? The Kuja ship is by the shore. What? It was one of the most shocking days in the history of Pirate Island. Of all people, the untouchable Idol herself, object of the world's desire, set foot into the lair of the wild, untamed beasts. Goddess, everyone's sucking her off. So this is Pirate Island. We're just gonna read Shaki's comments. I can't see through her brilliance in my tears. Is she really here, or am I dreaming? Would you perhaps be looking to join the Rocks Pirates, like Lady Gloriosa did? No, I want to live here for a little while. What? So it's very interesting. Like, if she likes Rayleigh, why did she go to Pirate Island? Very interesting. Like, we never really get to explore why she left being the Empress. I mean, we can assume it's because of Rayleigh, but her going to Pirate Island, I just don't know if that aligns with anything. Like, why not just see Rayleigh at the sea and tell them how you feel? So she says, I want to live there for a while. I'm a pirate too, you know. I can quit the business, but the Navy's still after me. So I want to hide out here for the moment. Will you protect me? Okay. Foot in my mouth. Clearly, she wants to wait there for protection because all the strongest niggas on the sea are there. Clearly. Of course we will. It smells here. We can't clean it up. I'd like to open my own business. We'll get it built right now, and we'll plant flowers. Oh, these yes men. Yo. What's all that ruckus? Bunch of numbskulls loitering about and causing a scene. It's the Rocks Pirates. Oh no, please, sirs, don't be angry. This is all our idea. Just don't kick her off the island. Huh? These niggas built a bar for her in probably like seconds. Kind of crazy. That was the famed establishment of the Pirate Island. What the hell is this? Shaki's Ripoff Bar, noted for its month-long waiting list. I'm so glad you came. Welcome. You're my very first customer. Won't you step in and have a drink? There's an angel among us. Peony blooming amid the blasted wasteland. And clearly everyone has the hearts for Shaki. Everyone has the hearts for... No one's immune to this. Not Whitebeard, not Rocks. No one's immune to this. In time, she would become irreplaceable treasure to the pirate who made this island their home. And what is treasure if not something that can be stolen? Oh, I can't get it open. We'll help you. Oh, this bar smells nice. So we got Rocks doing the Sanji face. Hall of Power, Sacred Marijua. Give Harold this ultimatum then. If you warriors of Elbaf meet the following requirement, you will be allowed to join the world government. Kill Roxo. Dun dun dun. Look at that. If I'm your friend, this is not even a conversation. You can't call me asking to kill Rocks. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell Rocks. You know what we're going to do? We're going to pull up to Marijua like we did the last time. And we taking more than kings. You heard me. Come on now. Alright. This will be the last chapter because I think it's been at least 20 minutes. And I want to do maybe 30 minutes of reading. 11:58. We got Rocks versus Harold. In a certain stretch of the sea, Oro Jackson, Roger's ship. Hey, Captain Roger! They're saying Shaki opened her own bar on Pirate Island! And it's all the rage, too. Roger looks sick. We were so bummed out when she abdicated her emperor's throne. But now that we know where to find her, let's go, let's check it out. Hey, remember that Pirate Island is under Rock's control. You know, Rayleigh, I couldn't help but notice that Roger's mood soured right after you two had that conversation in the captain's cabin. What did you talk about? It was nothing. I wasn't going to tell anyone about this, but I'll make a special exception for you, Roger. So this was when we fought the Kuja, before she had abdicated. I remember noticing that Shaki seemed to be ailing from some kind of illness. When I heard the news that she was giving up her position, I worried for her health. And it turns out that ever since then, you've been sitting on this note she passed to you. I know, it was too awkward to bring it up. It's clearly a love letter. How else should it be interpreted? Come and get me, Shaku Yaku. And you say you're not tempted by this at all? I wouldn't say there's no temptation. I just don't want to be tied down, you know. Well, I do. Yo, Rayleigh must really get bitches, because he has the baddest joint in the world throwing herself at him, and he says he doesn't want to be tied down. That means his cup overfloweth, and Roger's cup runneth dry, most likely. Listen up, folks. I'm not admitting defeat yet. Oh, look out. Roger's feeling feisty again. Pillaging is a pirate's true calling. If you want something, you take it. Ain't that right, boys? You're talking about Shaki. That's right. Why would she be at Rock's Island of all places? Everyone should have an equal shot. Let's go and take her. I'm hungry. Mary, Marks, feed me, or I don't know what that is. Marks, feed me. Grub's already on. Eat all you want. Okay, that's the cook. Marks is the cook. Got it. Slightly earlier in time. Sacred Marijua, 40 years ago. You're getting your head of yourself, Garling. The previous tourney just ended. I know, but I was working on a separate matter, and I happened to moor my ship at this particular island. It's an unaffiliated nation with its own unique culture. I recommended that they join the world government. So at this point, Garland's he's the Holy Knight, but I could not secure an agreement. The island is rich in resources and would be a great benefit to us. On top of that, I found something preposterous there, a discovery I never expected to make. The Great One will be quite pleased with it, I'm sure. Therefore, I strongly recommend God Valley for our next competition in 2 years' time. Shaki's Ripoff Bar, Pirate Island. Hey, the line starts back here. It costs that much? I can't pay that. Step around and back. You'll do 2 years free labor. On the pirate island, where it's supposed to be paradise, the criminals are giving out sentences. Ain't that wild? Alright, I came all the way here from North Blue. I hear you've got great whiskey here. Everyone says your stew is the best, Shaki. Oh, that's so sweet of them. How precious. But I don't cook for the likes of you. What? It's just like I always imagined. This is the best. I've got an order of my special simmered beans for you, Shaki. Oh, and we're all out of whiskey. Cheap rum will do. Here's your high-end whiskey. I've never been so thankful for Asamal service. Now, I'm wondering if she gave them whiskey or water, and they're just so, like, falling out over her. They don't care. What's the matter, Rox? You seem so fulfilled. If I didn't know any better, I might have think you've lost interest in me, huh? Mama. See, a woman's intuition can be scary. Hey, pipe down. It's supposed to be a secret from everyone. What are you talking about? You're so dense. It's not just a woman that's the face of a new father. Ah, man, and then Roger busts in before we get to delve into it. Hey, Shaki, it's me, your lover boy. Ah, it's the Roger Pirates. Oh, Roger. How many times do I have to tell you? This is my island, and it's Shaki's place. No fighting between customers, remember? So quit yapping, porcupine. What about the huge line outside? Did you wait the whole time? How'd you get in here? Line? What line? Come on, boys, let's get a round of drinks. I can't stand the noise these people make. Closing out, Newgate. Put it on Roxy's tab. That's a wild friend too. Rocks, you really gotta watch the company you keep. You got Harold talking about murdering you, killing you behind your back. You got Newgate running up your tab. You gotta watch it. These people don't like you, Rocks. Oh, Roger, where's Ray? Oh, I told him to come with us, but he's resting on the ship. Said he wasn't feeling too good. Roger, darling, how I've missed you, that's Gloriosa. You finally come to take me away from your ship. Gloriosa, I keep telling you no. I don't need a woman who throws her hearts all over the place, causing chaos. But Shacky would be an exception, of course. What kind of logic is that? Oh, I'm sorry. But Shacky would be an exception, of course, Roger said. What kind of logic is that? I'll pass, too. Hey, is Newgate around? I want to have a drink with him. He just left. Mama. Stupid Rayleigh. Why didn't he come in? Yeah, this would have been a great two-man. Time to ship out Banks's brew. Shacky passed out. Miss Shacky, let us tend to you. Get your grubby man paws off of her. By Shaku's own decree, anyone who visited her bar were forbidden from fighting on the island. So even when rival pirates crossed paths there, no warfare resulted. But at sea, it was a different story. Bum, 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 bum. Underworld Elbath. So we got a hacking class. We got Lucky holding onto a tree, getting blocked back. Dogs are screaming. People are getting blown away. Bam. We got Harold versus Rocks. This is going to be so fire when it's animated. Clashing right away. Bam. Looks like he was able to parry him off, or they probably clashed and then jumped back. How can you let the government get inside your head like that, Harold? So Rocks is bleeding from the left side. Harold's bleeding from the left side. So they seem to be even. Believe me, I wavered on this. Neither one of them is going all out, obviously. Neither one of them wants to kill each other. Well, we can say Harold wants to kill Rocks more than Rocks wants to kill Harold, since Harold was the one who decided to attack Rocks. We could say that. Is this so important to you that you'd kill your own friend to make it happen? See, and this is the weird shit I'm talking about. You're just falling into line. They're using you, and you don't even realize it. Boom, attacks him from the top. Looks like he's able to block. They only see your kind as a military force to be harnessed. They'll turn you into slaves and call you soldiers. Where has your warrior's pride gone? What does your own free will say? Don't act like you understand any of that. Boom, he was able to slash. And it looks like he pushed back Rocks, overpowered him a little bit, threw him into some buildings. Which, I'm not going to lie, I kind of get mad at this. Like, Oda does this a lot. He won't give us any concrete hits. It'll be clashes and then just little pushbacks with blades. We see this way too much in the Roger Garp Rocks fight. But it's for another time. Our history of violence from when we called ourselves warriors. It's nothing but a shackle that weighs Elbaf down. Now that we seek the way of peace. Listen, Rocks. No matter how foolish and impetuous celestial dragons may be, they have the power to usher Elbaf into a circle of the world. No longer will be on the outside. Stop it. You soft coward! And whatever attack he did was so damn devastating that it... How do I want to explain this? Like, the energy passed through Harold and it didn't stop at him. No doubt a sword strike. And he sent the giant flying. Again, never speak to me about a Susanoo. Don't ever bring up Madara. Don't ever bring up Sasuke. Don't ever bring up Naruto. The talks are off. I'm never inviting you again. I am the king. I can't risk my people's lives on the losing battle of a villain like you. Nah, that's not how you... See, oh my gosh. So interesting. A losing battle. They could not see eye to eye. The odd little friendship between them came to an end, and for the time being, they met no longer. Until the day of the fatal incident. More news about Rocks. Rocks isn't coming, Loki. Shut up, you old hag. Want me to pour you some juice? Yeah. Loki fucks with her, Loki. West Blue, 39 years ago. God Valley. It's twin boys. They're so adorable, and they've got your red hair. Yes, they do. We can only hope they turn out as wise as you two. Without their father around, we'll have to help them. We'll have to help them with that. Thank you, sir. What are their names? Shanks and Shamrock. All right. Before we get out of here, let's dig a little bit deeper into this. So it's clear that they both have Conqueror's Haki. It's clear that they seem to be evenly matched to some capacity. I would say, again, Rox is probably the stronger combatant. Maybe that's just my bias, but that's just how I feel. Again, because Harold was the one who made up his mind to kill Rox. Rox never wanted this. He didn't want to fight Harold. But they do have a lot of good skirmishes, a lot of good back and forth, dodging right here. I think what's really impressive is this shot right here. Because it knocks Harold off of his feet. And it looks to send him flying. Like, you can imagine the type of sword skill Rox has. He was able to get a good blow on Harold. Most likely a Conqueror's Haki attack. But it looks like he did cough up blood from it. Yeah. Yeah, but the nature of Harold is someone who grovels. Someone who's not strong enough to go and get what he wants. It's surprising he's actually a conqueror. Like, it's actually, he doesn't fit the mold for any conqueror that we've ever seen. This might be the first time we've ever seen a conqueror's user be so subservient to someone who's not their captain. I mean, for Christ's sake, he's a goddamn king. And he's not bound to a specific entity. It'd be different if he met Emu and was bound to Emu. No, he didn't meet Emu. He hasn't met the Gorosei. He hasn't even met, I'm pretty sure he hasn't met the Fleet Admiral. He's not even bound to anything. He's bound to the idea of something. Not very Conqueror-like. I'm very curious to how he has the power. Anything else to go over in this chapter? Oh. Roger, how many times did I have to tell you? Oh, so this part where it says, but at sea it was a different story. So this is suggesting that Roger and Rox may have crossed paths at sea. It's suggesting that. But other than this panel and the dialogue to accompany it, we really don't have any indication that they've crossed paths. I mean, that they've crossed blades. My bad. We have no indication that they crossed blades. But I think most people would agree that Rox was probably the stronger fighter between Roger and them anyway. It's just my assumption. And I'm basing that off of, because, all right, Harold was the strongest thing in the seas for, I think, 70 years or so before he stopped being, vicious and cruel. He's the strongest thing on the sea. Meaning he's stronger than Garp. He's stronger than anybody. Pretty much, outside of like Emu. And then Rox is able to fight with him evenly, clash, do damage. So yeah, I think that puts Rox over Roger, clearly. But this was fun. Tune in next time, guys, for the story of Rox D. Xebec. We're on chapter 1158. Next time we will start 1159. It's your boy Tay. It is your boy, the one Tay, and we are out.